visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys on this beautiful Monday morning? Well, Friday, usually on Fridays, I do a music that has been dropped day. However, that Friday, I took to talk about Cat's Eye, which is a global K pop group. Besides the point, they're kind of Americanized. Apparently, whoever runs them is apparently tied to Scooter Braun's and the Pussycat Dolls, which I could definitely see it with Gnarly, honestly, but I digress. Hey, I'm here today to actually talk about how on Friday, Bia, Bia had dropped a song called We On Go. We on go, we on go, we on go. Oh. Yeah, I'm listening to it on repeat. I love it. More importantly, I was going to do a whole there wasn't much I could talk about it because she sadly did not drop a music video with it. However, this is going to be a two-parter because the next person I'm going to talk about is related to Bia. However, let me pull up my notes about Bia. So her song We On Go, it definitely feels as though with this new, what could we say, a rebrand? The first time I heard of Bia was with her song Russ, Best on Earth, which was 2019. And since then, both me and Lady Crone has been a fan of Bia. I already loved Russ, so the fact that anything Russ drops, I'm gonna listen to. And he's also apparently dropping an album soon, or just recently dropped an album. And I'm definitely gonna be listening to that too. So look out for Russ. However, Bia since then has been on the rise since Best on Earth, and she's just getting better and better. But something has drawn my attention to the swagger she had with this song We On Go. The question is, is she competing with Megan Thee Stallion? It's just somebody within this generation has the ability to match the aura and energy of Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I'm not saying she got the stallion knees or the stallion body, but Bia carries the attitude, and yeah, she just carries that attitude. So because of that, I can't wait to see what Bia is going to release from there. Honestly, Bia, please drop a music video. Why didn't we get a music video with this? This is your first song that you dropped this year. The first song you dropped this year and you didn't give us a music video. I'm kind of sad, actually. However, the real reason why I am here to talk to you guys today is little did I know that finally DDG got his collaboration with Bia. Now, you guys remember how I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I'll run it down for you guys. Apparently, Bia was supposed to be collaborating with DDG, and this was around the time when DDG was, you could say, exposing Holly for being controlling. His words, not mine, because he felt like every girl that he was going to rap with or sing with or collab with had to go through Holly. Holly was just like, you're not going to do this collaboration with this chick unless I approve. And so because of that, Bia got into some heat. She felt as though she was inserted in some drama which she didn't need to be or even want to be a part of. So that's when it started becoming like a stigma where everyone's like, I don't think I want to work with DDG. And DDG was over here trying to get his career started and back and popping again, because he's been flip-flopping. One day he's a rapper, the next he's a YouTuber. He just, like he says, we got millions and we could do what we want. And that's basically what one of his song lyrics said. So because of that, he's just like, I'm trying to figure me out. But I listened to his entire album. I really did. I love this energy I'm getting from DDG. And he has some really good people that he collaborated with. Now, just a month ago, he released a song with DaBaby, which is kind of questionable. We're going to move past that one. He did a song with the baby called Motion, which I'm not gonna lie, Motion was pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to add that to my repeat list because I actually forgot about that release, and it was pretty decent. But I stay away from the baby. But I completely digress from the baby. However, DDG, that was a good song, Motion. And then he recently released another song. This is the only song off of the album that really does have a music video, and that's called What I Prefer. Now, this was a little bit slower. He tapped into the R&B side of DDG, and I appreciated it. I truly enjoyed it. The question is he still in love with Holly, or has he gotten over her? I'm not quite sure, but he definitely has, in that song, stated what he's looking for. He was like, just because I'm rapping about a bunch of hoes, yes, he said it. He said, it's not me. This time, it's not me. He truly said that. He got hoes in the club dancing with him, but he doesn't want none of them. He wants a stay-at-home girl that isn't always on her phone. Holly, are you always on your phone? I mean, she got people to answer to, but you know, I get it. I totally get it. He's like, when we're together, I want to have your attention. I don't want to have to split my attention with your phone screen. Whatever's so important on the phone is more important than me. He was like, I need to feel loved too. So that's what he was talking about. So he talked about a song about what he prefers in a woman. So if you guys feel like you can reach up to those standards, go try to hit up DDG. So because of that, that's pretty much all the seriousness of the album, because everything else was just pretty much classic rap music, sex, money, drugs. Actually, I rephrase it, sex, money, weed, because that's what he specifically talked about, is smoking the weed, getting high because he needs to get high. Why? He's probably stressed out. But yeah, so because of that, he was getting serious in some of his songs, and then other songs he just truly was in the rap game, being a rapper. That's just rap culture. You're going to get those three things. That's all rappers rap about, and I can't say much than that. However, the songs that I did listen off of his album that I really did enjoy is Speed. Speed was good, and that was with Ty Dolla $ign and Rich the Kid. I also enjoyed, I kind of was feeling Lemonade. That was with Wiz Khalifa. See, I told you, he's had a good, he even did a song with Offset called Do What You Want, which I quoted earlier. So DDG has definitely had the collaborations this album. He full stop went into the industry and was just like, who can I pull onto my album to gain traction and attention? And Bia is the only female on there. Some other people he collaborated with was Kyle Rich. The name kind of sounds familiar. And then we have, NL Choppa. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of NL Choppa. What is that one song he made? Like something about rapping in New York or in London. Yeah, I know. Of all songs, that's the one I picked. I told you, I really don't listen to NLA Choppa, or is it NLE? NLE Choppa. I'm sorry, guys. And then some other people that was on here, which I'm not quite sure of, is Queen Nahija. The name kind of looks familiar. I guess that is another female he collaborated outside of Bia. And then we had Rob 49 and Shinshe. I'm not sure if Shinshe, I could have pronounced that one wrong, honestly. The name of the song is called More Than a Night. So because of that, DDG's album was definitely good. I enjoyed it. I think surprisingly, I don't know who his producer was, if he was his own producer, but those beats were killer hard. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, the song We On Go, I'm not sure if him and Bia shared producers, because his album just gave off We On Go by Bia. So like when Bia did that collaboration with him, I mean, I know it was off the album, but still, it just fits right in. It could be a Bia song, it could be a DDG song. Either way, it fits both of the artists' style, And that's what's most important when you do a collaboration, is that when you collaborate, you really kind of sit back and think, whose song is this truly? I know it says featuring Bia, but honestly, it could just be Bia. So because of that, was that the song he collaborated on with Bia? Oh no, fine. Shit, I can't say the full word in front of the in the table, but you know, S, it's spelled fancy, SHYT. Fine, can I say shot? So that's exactly what it was. Now that song, like I said, that was right up there with Bia's We On Go. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure if they shared the same producers, because whether she was on the album or off the album, they both dropped songs on Friday together. Bia dropped We On Go and DDG dropped his album, which also had Bia on it. So it was kind of fitting for them both to release a song. And that's why I lumped in We On Go with DDG, because the whole vibe, the whole aesthetic of Fine Shit and We On Go is just so perfectly blended, goes hand in hand, that I feel like it should also be on the same album. And actually, quite frankly, I would like to see some more future collaborations with DDG and Bia, because that was good. That was definitely good. I appreciated that they finally was able to get that collaboration in. As for DDG and Holly, maybe I would do a reading on them. I feel like I should probably do a reading on them sometime this week, now that he's released his album and talked about the kind of girl that he prefers. And it sounds like Holly could have been that, but there are some things that maybe he isn't too fond of what Holly does. And he was like, you have the qualities that I'm looking for, or I'm starting to realize the qualities that I'm looking for. And actually, quite frankly, Holly, you may not be it. And if it is, he's putting the song out there, just like she made a song all about All Because I Love You, Babe. And now I'm sorry, I was just thinking, it was just an interesting choice of the female that he chose to characterize in the song. I mean, I'm not sure what her ethnicity was. She could have been a Latina, but yeah, it was just kind of off-putting. I was like, DDG, are you really all strapped up in that rap game that you're getting distracted? Just yeah, but even then, like, I was trying to figure out who is this girl supposed to be, because it's not like it was anything intimate. She was literally just there to just be there. And that's exactly how he feels about all the other girls in his life. He was just like, I don't want another girl that's just there, that just wants to have fun, that just wants to use me for my money. He's like, I'm much more than that. I don't need some girl that's going to be out there partying in the club. I need somebody that's going to be home. I like a slow, steady life. And he was like, I don't need that fast-paced life. So he's like, he's finding himself, and that's honestly the best part about it, is that he's finding himself in what he truly likes and desires. Now, DDG, I need you to continue liking what you're doing and release more rap music. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely enjoyed this album, and I need more of your music. I don't want to say give up being a YouTuber, but get back in that studio. Don't let this be your one-hit drop and you're just like, all right, I'm going back to YouTube now because you're just flip-flopping. No, I think you finally hit your niche. I think you finally tapped into the industry. This album just might do it. Now, I know it's not like super, super mainstream, like I said, even though it was about the classic 3 things you hear rappers talk about in their songs. But DDG did try to add some substance along the way, like what I prefer in Motion. Well, Motion was still there, but you get it. You know what I mean. He's still putting some thoughtful energy into the lyrics on some of the songs. It's not just the same, basically degenerate, low vibrational topics to be talking about. To serve as a distraction. DDG actually seems like he wants to do something with his career, and actually music is the highest form. I mean, there's other forms, but honestly, music transcends languages and cultures. So music is the highest form of expression and therapy. So in order to be able to actually communicate how you feel through a song and not just simply writing a song just to get hits, money, fans, and fame, I appreciate those artists that really do take some time to put some real thoughts, some real emotion, and some maybe even reflective nature into their lyrics, because that just shows that they're not just here for to please the audience and please the masses and just make money off of us. They actually do have something that they want to say and something to get off their chest. And the only way that they can truly do that is through music. So because of that, I'm glad that artists sometimes like DDG will use music as a form of therapy, but also it's the rap game, it's the industry. You got to feed the cog in the machine. So you got to sing about money, you got to sing about, in his case, weed, and you got to sing about how you got to sing about sex, but also about how you just don't want any other girl. So at least he's not out here in the streets running around and hoeing around as a male. So because of that, that's great to see that. But it just honestly make you question the downfall of Holly and DDG, because I wonder, how did we get here? How did we get here that DDG is expressing himself through music? And it honestly fits in with exactly with what everything he was talking about with Holly. He shaved off his locks. His entire album has a picture of him holding his locks and his head shaved. When that happens in the industry, or just anybody, period, they have mentally had enough of something and they're ready to change and transform. And hair carries memories. Once you cut off the hair, you cut off those memories and you cut off that energy and you're ready to start fresh and start anew. And that's exactly what DDG is doing. And that's exactly what I'm picking up in his album. So because of that, I can't wait to see this new journey that we're getting ready to see him on. And same with Bia. Bia, keep making your music. I can't wait for you to drop your album. Bia, come on, drop your album, please. And thank you. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, or this little news recap about what's going on in the music. So with that being said, I hope to see you, Sunflowers, in the next one. And yeah, please tell me how you feel about DDG and Holly. Tell me how you feel about Bia. Do you enjoy Bia? How do you feel about We On Go? Mama Crones.